Hello everyone, my name's Dave and today I'll be showing you how to make outro similar to like the style I done with waffles. I'll be showing you like a preview of what we're gonna make before this video, but I'm gonna make it in this video, so I'll have to put it at the start so you would have already seen it by now. So we're gonna make that. So open up After Effects. And before I get started, actually, there like all the text, like all this 3D text and stuff, I won't be like showing you how to make that because I got a tutorial on it already. And the background that I'll be using, I'm not going to be showing you how to make that because I made it in Photoshop, but you can like Google backgrounds, or if you want me to make a tutorial on how to make that sort of background, I can. Just leave a comment or whatever and I'll make the tutorial. So what you want to do first is just go on this, click new composition, copy my settings. You can change this down to 1280 by 720 if you want. Name it outro if you want. You don't have to name it anything. Put it for about 30 seconds or however you want the outro to last. And 30 frames per second. So now we got this. Now we just need to import everything. So the background I'm going to use is the one that I'm just going to nick the one that I made from the intro template, which is that one. You can drag the background then into this. So we got that. And then you just want to like import all your text and your player render, like your Minecraft guy. So I'm going to use that one. And then go on get your 3D text and just import that. All your text that you want. So that should be about it, I think. And you can always get some music as well. I prefer to use music actually. So you want one with like a sort of like a drop. So you need to use this one. And you can also do like a subscribe button thing. Let's see if I haven't got subscribe text, but you can get it from my tutorial. Just instead of putting your name or whatever, just put subscribe and you should have that. You can put like links to Twitter or wherever. So if you get like an image of the Twitter logo or the Instagram logo, it's really up to you what you want. So I'm gonna let's put Twitter in actually. I'm not going to do the subscribe thing. It's going to be basically the same process, but like with a different text and all that. So go and let me just get the Twitter logo. Actually, we'll use Machinima because I'm partnered with them now. I haven't officially announced it, but that's going to be my next video. But yeah, so we got everything imported now, I think. So it don't matter what order you do this, just import like all your text and your everything. Just click that if it's too big. Just click in the corner, hold shift and then scale it down to whatever size. Then you can move it to wherever you want to put it. Scale that up a bit actually. Then get my player. Prem there. That looks good, I think. Okay, move that. Oh. Where's my text? Get that. Move it over a bit. And I put that over above him so it's not getting in the way. Yeah, that'll look good, I think. I'm not gonna make it look perfect, but I just wanna make it look decent. Then where's my other? There's gaming. So you can put that under there. Make it a bit smaller. Make sure you hold shift, otherwise you can do that. So just hold shift, scale it down. That looks good, I think. And then Machinima, the logo, I'll put that in the corner down by there. You can always replace this with a Twitter or Instagram one, like I said. Is there anything else? You can put the music in now. Just put that right at the bottom. It's just easier to work with. So the next thing that we want to do is like get all the shape layers in. So the one for the video, the previous video, you can always put like next video and previous video, so you can put like 2 boxes of these if you want. It's just whatever you want to make it look like. So choose the fill and the stroke. Sorry if you can hear any background noise. I think I just heard some banging then or something. But choose your colours. Choose a stroke size. We'll leave it at put 32 for now. Then just double click that and it should make it the full screen. And then just click the corner again. Hold shift and then scale it down to whatever size you want. I normally like to make it meet the middle, so scale it down a bit more. I think I can go a bit bigger actually. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to change the colour as well to match this a bit more. That should be alright. Yeah, that's tidy. So now that we got that, we can like let's see, what can we do? Yeah, I know, we can add more shapes to like, for little like cross ones, just to give it a bit more animation. So what you want to do is get a rectangle. Again, I'm going to take the stroke off here this time though, and change the colour to, no actually we'll leave the colour the same. So just double click it again, and then hold the corner, hold shift. Well, for this you don't have to hold shift, but I'm going to make like a little line, sort of like this. And then just put it off screen by there for now. And then go on the shape layer that we just made, which is shape layer 2 it should be. Then Control C, Control V to make another one. So we have shape layer 3 now. I just move it down. Now we can name these shape layers just so we don't get confused. So click on the layer and then click enter, and then just put, let's name it previous vid, just so we know it's, I don't know if I spelled that right by the way. And then just name these as lines. So line 1, line 2. So now we got them. We'll keyframe these in last. So if you want to like put a subscribe button, you could put it by there, you could put it by there, and wherever. So we got that. Nothing's gonna happen because we haven't keyframed anything in. But before we keyframe stuff in, you want to go over to effects and presets, go in this box and type in drop shadow. And then just drag it onto the, put it on the previous video one first so we can see what we're doing. But I like to put opacity to 100%, then distance is 0, and bring the softness up quite a bit. Say about 72, that looks good I think. So now we can copy this onto all the other layers. So Control C, and click on that, Control C, and then line 1, line 2, Control V, line 1, Control V. You're not going to be able to see these, but if I bring them in, you can see the shadow on them now. But I'll leave that up there. So then on the Machinima logo, Control V, on my text, Control V, Control V. And then you can see all the, it just makes it a bit more sort of, it makes it stand out and look nicer I think. So Control V again. So that looks tidy around there, it makes him stand out. You can put like an overlay over this if you want, like I'll show you what I mean by an overlay. So like this dirty glass stuff that I got, you can search this on Google if you want for like just overlay images or stuff like that, or dirty glass overlay. It should come up then. So you want to put it on top of everything, it'll come up like this. If it should be too big like this, but you just scale it down then. So I like to do it a little bit bigger than the actual composition. And then to zoom back in, just click down here, fit up to 100%. Then if you haven't got the mode by you should just click this, toggle switches, and then you should see the mode. And then just click on normal, then change it to linear dodge, and then you should see that. If you're happy with that, just leave it. I'm gonna change the opacity down. So click T once you're selected on there, and just bring it down a bit so it's not as bright. So now that we got the base of what we want everything to look like, we just need to like animate everything coming in. So the first thing that we'll do is say we'll do the Machinima logo. So select that. So we'll put it on. We want everything to come in about 4 seconds, let's say. So then go on to your if you want to time it with the drop of your music, you can. So just go on the YouTube thing and click LL, then that'll bring up the waveform, so you can see like where the drop is. So I know the drop's by there. So when I should play it, it should be like right on the drop now. So on 4 seconds, that's when the drop hits. So that's when we want this to pop up. So what I like to do is go on, click on the Machinima logo or whatever you're using, your Twitter, Instagram, or wherever. So click on that and then click S on the keyboard, and then just put a keyframe. Just put a keyframe so it's 100%. Then I like to just move that down by there for now, but then scale it up just over 100%. So we'll scale it to about 109. That looks good. Then move this just close enough. We can always play about with these again. Then just move it a few frames back, and then we'll put it on 0. Just click on that and type in 0. So now we should have this sort of, it should zoom in, then go back to its original size. So it looks more like, it's a bit more smoother. So we just want to do basically the same thing now for all the other layers, except these two. Don't do anything with these yet. So go on, let's say, actually let me just bring the keyframes back up. So to bring the keyframes back up, just go on Machinima, click U, and then there's your keyframes. So I want it to come in by, just line it up. I want it to come in on there, so go on gaming or wherever you want. Then do exactly the same thing, click S. Then put the keyframe on, then move it across a bit, then bring it up just a little bit. Ooh, that's a bit too much. That should look alright. Then bring that again, just line them all up, and then when that's out, when you can't see that anymore, just put that down to 0. And now that's gone. Now we got this. And now we want to do it with the other text. So I'll be as quick as I can doing this now. You should get the gist of it. Just go and scale again. Click that. Move it across a bit. Then move it up. Well, it's a bit much. Yeah, that should be right. And then move it back. Put it on 0. Okay, so we got this. Everything pops in. And do it with the box, what I name it, previous vid box. And we need to do something different on the player end. You can do the same if you want, but I'll show you a better way of making it look a bit smoother now. So yeah, do the same. Oh yeah, and if this happens, that's because of the anchor point. So just Control Z to undo it, and then click on this little thing up here. This is just to change where the anchor point is. So grab the anchor point, you can drag it in, just put it in the middle. So I think about there should be alright. That should look tidy. Okay, so now when we scale it, it should scale, yeah. Should scale right. So everything like shrinks back down once it pops in. So again, go back when everything's at 0, and then put that at 0. Okay, so now we got that. Everything pops in Now the next two things are not the same as what we just done. But for the player, we're gonna select him, zoom out a little bit, and if you can see the anchor point, this thing, but there, it should be in the middle of your image. Just drag it just below his feet, I think, but there will be alright. Then click on the player, and then click R for the rotation, and then just get one of these up so you can just click U on one of them, so you can just line it up again. So we want it to be 100% on that one, in line with that. Then this rotation, just move it so he like tilts in a bit, and then move it back, and then when everything's out, change the rotation the other way so he's out of the screen, so he comes in like this and bounces back into place. So put him out by there. So now we got this, so he bounces in, and we can always adjust the timings if everything looks a bit quick when we preview. We can always like stretch these out or whatever. Okay, so I just made a cut there. I had to do something. I done something wrong and I messed up. So if you go to just after these finish, then go on line 1, just bring up a position, and then just make sure that's selected. Do a keyframe, move it to about 6 seconds, let's say. Then click on, make sure it's this side, that's 961. Make sure it's on that side. Just move it all the way across, all the way so it's off the screen. And then let's do the same for line 2. So go on P, click P, bring up position, go in line with that one, and then just keyframe it again, go in line with that. The next one then, go in line with that keyframe, then bring the position all the way across. All the way to there. So now we got this, but these two are over them, so we want it to go behind this box. So just click on that one, then shift and click on that one, just drag it below the previous video. So now we got that, so everything pops in. Let's preview this. Actually, I'll turn this music down a bit. Okay, so this is what we got now. Just need a and I just noticed it went in front of him, so we need to bring, where is he, player, just drag him, put him above the line 1 and 2. So I think I'm gonna adjust all the keyframes because it was a bit quick for my liking. So if you wanna just click U, well, click off everything, click U, and it'll bring up all the keyframes that you made. Just drag this up, so now we can see all the keyframes. And now what you want to do is select all these first keyframes that we made. So click on that one, control, hold control, oh no, wrong one, hold shift, sorry, and just click on all these keyframes. And now we can move them back a bit. You could also adjust these ones as well, move them forward a little bit. Again though, I'm not gonna do it perfectly. So, oh, wrong one again. I keep clicking the wrong buttons. So we got them. Just move it out a little bit. That should be alright. Now let's preview this again. So this time I should. Bit smoother. I think I could do it with a bit more adjusting to make it a little bit faster coming in. We could adjust these. Let's just do it now. Just drag, highlight them, and move them a little bit closer. Yeah, that should be alright. If it's not, we'll just leave it for now. There we go. That'll do for now. It's only a tutorial. So we got everything that comes in, and what else did I want to put in? I wanted to put in something else. Oh, what was it? Yeah, audio spectrum. I almost forgot about that. So to get the audio spectrum, just go on layer, new, solid, and just leave it those, and just rename it audio. Let me check what time we're on. We're up to 22 minutes, so that's getting quite long. So what you want to do is just click on audio, the layer we just made, go on effect, find generate, and then go on audio spectrum. Now we should see these little dots. If I just zoom in a bit, should see these little dots. So now we want to link it up. So go on audio layer, bring it to the YouTube or whatever music you used. I'll have the link to this music in the description. So now we go to this audio. You can either use it like that, but I want to put it down the bottom by there. So what you want to do is go on side and then click side A. So we got the top. Now we can move that down a bit, and then change the color. So we'll use, what can we use? Let's use this grey color. So change it to you can use these, or you can go on that, click on that box and go like that. But I prefer just to use these. It's just quicker. Okay, so you can either leave it like that, these settings, but I'll show you what ones I use now. So you want to bring the frequency bands up a bit, quite a bit. Okay, that should do for a minute. And then go on, where is they? Blend overlapping. Make sure that's ticked, and then bring the frequency bands up a bit more. And then maximum height, we can bring that up a little bit more again. Then bring it down. And then duration over average, I like that effect, so I'm gonna do that. So it makes it a bit more smoother, I think. So then now what we wanna do is just stretch it. So get these two dots, put that dot in that corner, and that dot in that corner. So we move it across a bit. Okay, so now we got the audio spectrum. You can either leave it in front, which I think looks quite good, or you can just put it behind, and if you want to do that, just drag it behind everything, like that. So now it's behind. And remember, just to put the drop shadow down, so click on whatever you say, click on the line one, drop shadow, Control C, then go into audio layer, then you can minimize that thing, and then Control V. Now we got it looks a bit more smoother now. I'm gonna put that back on top. So we got that. So now we just need to keyframe this in. So go and click on audio, and then click T, and then go on, let's say, previous vid, click U. So now we can see where it comes in. So that's where they're all popped in. So we want to click the keyframe on the opacity to be 100 per there. Just bring it down a bit more, and then go on 0. So it should fade in just before everything, so you can slightly see it, but there. But it should be there when everything's there. There when everything's there. That makes sense. But yeah, that should be it, I think. So we got this. Just render out a bit. You can always change the length, but I think 30 seconds is decent for an outro. So that's right. And obviously you can adjust the speed at which they pop in just by moving these keyframes around, like moving that one closer. Same for everything else. So the next thing that you want to do, you could you could fade in the music, and to do this, click on this arrow and audio. No, yours should be on 0, but I just turned mine down. You didn't have to do that. So per go to the beginning, click on audio levels, and then bring it to all the way down to -48, so that means it's off. And then just before everything starts to come in, just put it back up to 0. Back up to 0, so that's as loud as it can be now. So if we look at the waveform as well, you can see it fades in. So now towards the end, you can just get this keyframe, Control C, Control V. Now it should go down like that. But bring this thing back a few seconds, and then just get this keyframe, the 0 one, and go on Control C, Control V, and then it fades out there, as you can see. So I'll do another preview of this now. And the reason I done a few seconds of background before it starts, because this fade in part, you can put it over top of your video. So say if you're still playing your video, you can put it over top of the video so the music's fading in, and then when it comes to about there, you can make this, I don't know why I'm pointing to my screen, you can make this part of your video come up, and then everything will pop in. I don't know if I made sense there, but you should see it on my next video with the music fading in. So that's an example. You can just have a look at my next video and you'll see what I mean. So yeah, we got that, everything's done. Now all you want to do is just composition, what am I doing, add to render queue. Then that's added to the render queue. You can either leave the settings like this, but I've made a preset of HD settings. Come on, there you go, I got my HD, save it to wherever you want. That's some ones that I made from desktop. Then just click save and then render. So that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, comment or subscribe. I should be doing another video soon. That's going to be an update video though, because I need to adjust a few things. Well, not adjust a few things, just let you know something about my channel and stuff like that. So if you, like I said, if you enjoyed, leave a like, comment or subscribe. If you want any other tutorials, like I've always said, just leave a comment or message me and I'll try and make the tutorial that you want. So yeah, I hope I helped you today. And goodbye for now.